Tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio, and you're listening to Massive Wagwan. I'm Joe Robinson, your Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, not
Wachange makanda turabaki eru wengi na toto uko wiki mteke wiki gizani pige miti titi kiki penje lingi metini kingi zigi metini lingi meni piki pongi chekidoki kashoti pikakoti chain ori niko kori fuko pori ndin mejaza kama kori ameshika kutu sema kama pori shika tori cheja doli teka super ana bui unastuka nimekuteka na unijui unataka stingo fulani za magui kana swara kuja area nina tui
inauma but itabidi uzoee.
Madame big melody we get me. Come me baby to kill the devil. Say madame big melody we get me. Come me baby to kill the devil. Check it. Say it out, chop on the name of cow. Say it out, chop on the name of cow. Say it out, chop on the name of cow. Say it out, chop on the name of cow.
Nakata wapani nejifraili bado sijamanga me nikorerima nikiivamale nikiririma na balas nangale piga diva dimba kitambia bale makikijipa kitane na male na sita nina makangare izame futisita kivua danga kitanka kegida dijam na kunywa ni dam cheki have some kunywa kahanja mkakikami na kiua bonge small kama shimo ya mapua.
Ya kwanza kwao ikusi zao ni misitu tu kaza mao na kiki zao zimesaka kama tochi zao na hivi ndo nidia sheton na kajaba na hivi ndo micheza longo na wamada shosho manguru anadajika kawada na zake zimeshika shameza kajaba.
Come baby hivi tujikill deadly. Come baby hivi tujikill deadly. Ati Sema. Yes, family, karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Wednesday Lockdown Station. This is the Black Hot Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century. To all our amazing first-time listeners, karibuni sana to the media of the 21st century. You can find us on the Google Play Store. Those who are Android users, we are on the Google Play Store. Download our app, which gives you the opportunity to stand, to win some merchandise and cash prizes every morning. That is on the Vibe Show. And of course, we have amazing other programs aligned there. there for you. But of course, to all our returning listeners and subscribers, hope you guys are doing amazing. Shout out to everyone with me on Facebook, on YouTube, on the radio station, on Spreaker, on Spotify, those who catch the show on the replay, and also on Rumble and on the show page. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday so far. Mine is fantastic. It's a beautiful weather. I am late, but I am right here. That is what matters. Karibuni sana, and pardon my voice. It is super raspy, but of course, karibuni sana once again. Hope you guys are doing great. Shout out to Mama and 10 in the building. Shout out to Remnemshka in the building, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Karibu sana, and of course, welcome to today's conversation, where we shall be talking about Africans taking actions into their hands, and this is attacking the enemy. And the reason why I'm bringing this forth is because I can see finally and for once, one case has been literally taken serious, and where Africans have been favored, or rather, justice has favored them. We've seen so many times when it comes to Africans. Rather, let's give an example: the British soldiers right here in Kenya, so many Chinese people, Indians, the Pakistan is a very good example. When we had the Pakistan who died right in this issue literally was everywhere on the mainstream media. Kenya was being tagged on every mainstream media. We saw them actually demanding justice. We've seen even when it comes to the American people, you know, the white people, when they come here, do damage, at the end of the day, they're not going to be conned or even go to the court or face justice right here. They'll go back to their country, which is their government to decide what their fate is. But finally, and for once, I can see that in Nigeria, there is a Chinese man who has been actually sentenced to death. And that this is because in 2022, he did murder his girlfriend. This is something beautiful for me to report, and something very rare when you look at most of the African, related issues, especially our people who have been murdered. We have so many cases pending, especially of the British soldiers who have committed so many murders right here in Kenya, but nothing tends to happen. We've seen the mock actually even comes forth, where we saw it was a minister or from the UK was coming to pay a visit to one of the family members of the Kenyan lady who was killed in 2012, and that is for them to pay reparations and to figure out how they're going to deal and handle the case. But it's crazy that our very dear own government does not follow up any of these cases. It is us to see how we've been mocked by the same colonizers who came in our continent, took our lands, colonized us, are the ones coming to tell us that we think you deserve justice, but that is because your government has failed. It is super crazy, but I'm happy to report that. But of course, we shall be discussing also about the cocoa prices are hitting a high record right now. And this is because of drought that is hitting Ghana. And we want to talk about this because we know for so long, Ghana has not had the control over their cocoa. And along that, we shall be sharing a video of which you can see Ramaphosa. He did say of our Africans, we need to be the ones processing our own resources. We don't need to take them to other countries like Japan for them to be refined or for them to be processed in any sort of way. We need to build companies right here in Africa. We should create job opportunities. But I mean, the question is, and we should start with his own country, which we shall be checking. What is the population of unemployment in South Africa amongst the black people? Because we see it is the white people who get the highest privilege. We see they control high percentage of the land, and so much that favors them, but not the South Africans themselves, the indigenous people of the country. So we shall be talking about that, and also I'll be sharing another video coming from Osman Sonko, where he once spoke about where Africa is being scrambled for, and especially he talks about France and the current elections that have happened in Senegal, which for him, I don't know why he speaks like this, because the one who took the seat or he maybe didn't think he will win. The one who took the seat, that is De Moya. Yeah, that was De Moye. That is his name. The current president selected in Senegal. He is a student of Osman Sonko, but I'll be sharing that video. And of course, we have some things we shall be agreeing on, and much more of what is coming from the African continent, including the ex-Guinea-Bissau president's son being jailed for trafficking drugs and to fund a coup. That is crazy. And of course, that is our top discussion for today. Karibuni sana once again. My name is Joby. Enjoy the conversation. We shall be getting back to the music and coming back with the quote of the day. Remember, you can also pass anything positive in case you have anything you'd love to share with us. We are accepting it all. This is Diamond Platinums featuring Harmonize, and I hope you guys get to enjoy this. The name of of the jam is Zilipendwa.
Hizo ni zama za kale. Sambulo mapepe kale. Kizamani kutoa kadi na maua Zilipendwa. Wanataka mani ukilipa unakwama
Zilipendwa.
Fundi kitandani soma nguvu kujikamua Zilipendwa. Unafika ndani hujatoa masaa unachanua Zilipendwa. Wanawake wa leo wanataka mikakati ukiwa mzogaji haki ya Mungu wapati Zilipendwa. Mapenzi ya video hata kutoa kamasi eti nikinywa maji na kuona kwenye glasi Zilipendwa. Kupiga chapo geto Zilipendwa. Unaona neto Zilipendwa. Je na kapeto Zilipendwa. Maje na mopeto Zilipendwa. Hizo ni zama za kale. Sambulo mapepe kale. Ngolingo modo Zilipendwa. Wanga chipolo podo Zilipendwa. Na maji ya kandoro Zilipendwa. Simba wa moro podo Zilipendwa. Tani spati skari kuru kabisa Zilipendwa. Hivi yukwapi yambito kwa latifa Zilipendwa. Babu tale wapi papa msifa
Yeah, shout
Squeezy
out to D, what's in the building? Shout out to Nema in the building. Yes, and my quote of today says, Happy Wednesday, no matter where you are in life. If you let love and kindness be your guide, you'll always find a way. Yes, remember to be kind, remember to spread love, remember to actually control your thoughts in be less worried about what you want, how you want life to work, and literally start being focus your energy on what you should be believing, on creation, on love, and positive things. That is what I'll encourage you today. Hello. Yes, and of course, Karibuni Sana once again. That is Diamond featuring Harmonize, and of course, so many artists featured on that. That is Zilipendwa, a major TBT that will never get old. That is according to me. But of course, Karibuni Sana. Quick shout out to everyone once again on our Facebook page, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Rumble, on the radio station app, on Spotify. Those who get to catch the show on a replay. Hope you guys get to enjoy these amazing conversations that we bring to you every Monday to Friday. Do remember we have other amazing shows aligned for you from Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. That is the latest we can be here. And of course, we also have shows on the weekend where we have Mr. Black Hot Fire who gets to bring you amazing, exclusive, amazing shows. And of course, we also have Demore and HR the Messenger. You'll find them right here on Saturdays with amazing artists and also amazing conversations. But of course, I'd love to also add for those maybe who are joining us for the first time to join us officially through our website before we get started. And of course, that is to those who have maybe an iPhone. You can do that by going to our website that is on the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com, because we're not yet on the Apple Store. But for the Android users, you can find us on the Google Play Store. Just search for the Blackout Fire Network and you'll find us there. And once again, like I said, you stand a chance to win some merchandise and even some cash prizes every single morning. So it is up to you to decide unataka aje. But also we have amazing things to all our Black Hot Fire Network diaspora family. In case you'd love to purchase amazing things on the Black Hot Fire Network store, we do have amazing entertainment and sportswear. We have jewelries, we have gifts and crafts. And personally, I said if anyone would just go on the gift and crafts and give me something I saw here that is so cute for my house, I'd really appreciate. But of course, enjoy the services with the Black Hot Fire Network radio station once again. Karibuni Sana, and I see Jiba Jaba in the building ready with us. And of course, good day to you too. Hope you're doing great. Shout out to Ghost in the building. Unasema kitambi almost inafika yangu hapo. Kwenda uko mimi sina kitambi guy. Nikisimama literally hatutoshani. Na Josaipo probably wewe maybe the last time tulionana na leo you're totally looking different. Mimi nangangana na kujaza weight bado. I'm still literally struggling. But anyway, karibu sana Ghost, nice to see you fuko fiti. And of course, welcome to today's conversation. As we get started right away with what is happening, I want to start with what is happening in Ghana, where we can see the cocoa prices has hit a very high record after the drought hits. That is the harvesting season in Ghana. And we know for so long, actually, Ghana has not had control over its cocoa production or even processing, in everything, literally. Even when you talk about chocolates that literally come to Africa, we know that we don't get to produce none of this. We harvest, we farm, but we get literally list of the fruits that we get to plant. But they're saying that the price of cocoa hit a new record fueled by climate change. And of course, we know this matter of climate change is all a scam, that they're trying to lie to people to either change their ways of farming, to start using genetically modified food. It has a lot of fuel, gaslighting in it, and this is going to hit and affect so many farmers, according to what I can see, and money will fall for it, because you can see countries like Zambia, countries like Malawi, countries like Ghana. When you talk about drought, it is really hitting them. And so many African countries are talking about the cost of living, food commodities, which have really hit so high right now. And it is so crazy. And this is because we don't, as much as we produce, we don't get to literally benefit a lot from most of what we produce. It is other countries, because they go refine our oils, like Japan. They come mock us, they come sell it expensive to us. And at the end of the day, we still ask for loans to be able to purchase the same products that we're asking for. You know, it is crazy. We ask for loans to purchase the same, the humanitarian aid nonsense and all that. It is super crazy. But they're saying that the price of cocoa hit a new record, fueled by climate change and adverse weather conditions, impacting a market that has already seen high Easter chocolate prices in Europe. And in the latest price hike, the cocoa bean in Europe, not even in Ghana, it has already seen high Easter chocolate prices in Europe. So meaning Europe is the one that is benefiting the most from this. That is just the number one key answer you're being given here directly. Ghana is the one producing the cocoa, but Ghana literally benefits least out of all this. People make billions, trillions out of what we produce, but with the least beneficiaries. The other, in the latest price hike, the cocoa being traded above $10,000 per ton on world commodity markets. That is $2,000 more than last week. And the world's largest cocoa exporters, Ivory Coast and Ghana, suffered poor harvest after droughts February, following heavy rains in December. And the popular brands of Easter eggs will now cost 50% more than last year, forcing companies to promote non-chocolate Easter treats like biscuits, bunnies. So crazy. And I think we've discussed this before, where we checked the percentage of how much literally Ghanaians earn from cocoa production, and we saw it is $2. We saw, like, literally an individual will have to go home with $2 out of them working so hard, being on the farm the whole day, and all this is not benefiting them. And I remember there's a youth who actually was speaking about it, and it was one of the smallest one of the smallest companies that he's built somewhere or centered somewhere in Ghana, and is the one now making his own chocolate. I think you guys can remember I shared a video like that, and that they spoke of how they don't, and they wish the country, or rather Nana Akufo-Addo, can bring such more opportunities, which will create job employment and bring profit to the country, without us being dependent on anyone. It is so crazy. And this is just, again, logical thinking, but these presidents always act like they don't know none of this. But they do know, because tell me why Ramaphosa is talking about this. Sometimes they know of resources benefiting other countries, but they've never done anything about it. Who has the balls? That is the question. Who has the balls? Because we see them every time saying, I'm not going to attend none of these summits to be summoned. It is enough. Africans, we are very powerful. We have this and this. And then, come on, be better. Shout out to Movo Alex in the building. Anasema rada lukeleo na imekubali. Asante sana, I appreciate. And they're also saying that Nimeshiba, I'm full. You have to understand, man. I am full. I'm from eating lunch, so my stomach is really full. So I can't, just bear with me. I hope that is not bothering you. Yeah.
Many nations have developed their own countries by localizing, making things for themselves, making their own products, and thereafter exporting them.
It is crazy. South Africa is one of the most developed countries in Africa, but Ramaphosa, Nelson Mandela, None of these puppets president, even the one that we shared the video of, I can't even remember his name. I don't even want to know. The one we shared his video 2 weeks ago, the ex-president who was talking about the coups and how the youths right now are waking up, blah, 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 and all that nonsense. It is crazy. The most developed country, as we talk right now, in Africa is South Africa. But apparently, as he talks, he has not been able to build any of the manufacturing companies, none of these companies that he's talking about. None of them. You failed to do it, but you want to say come every time. And this is their speech, like Kagame. This is what they talk. This is their global speech, because that is what they're told to talk. You know, continue making youth think that you're really here to work, but you're not here to work. Other countries benefit from local production. And other countries have benefited from, what have you done? Nothing.
And it is for this reason that we are also insisting on the beneficiation of our minerals. We are the leading mineral-rich country on the continent up to date hereof.
Is this the first time we're hearing any of these African coons talking about how African countries need to start benefiting from their minerals? This is not the first time Ramaphosa is talking about this. I'm certain if we go through Google, YouTube, you search videos of Ramaphosa speaks about mineral resources benefiting Africans, you'll find so many videos from ever since he was appointed as president. So did Nana Akufo-Addo. So did Uhuru Kenyatta. So is William Ruto. All of this, so is Chakwera. All of these presidents, they have spoken about Africa, how it should start benefiting from its own resources. But who has done anything about it by first commanding that I need a stop of exploitation of resources in this and these countries, including my own countries? None of you. So this is all just a puppet talk, bluffing, just all for the camera, for the white man to see that, yo. And no, this is for the youth, actually. This is not for the white man. This is for the youth and the white man at the same time. Because this told you what to say, and now you're so comfortable talking about it, but when it comes to implementing, it's different. It is different. And youths are getting tired. I can't wait, like we've been talking about it. I can't wait to see Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali progressing. That should raise an eyebrow, the eyebrow of every African youth. Why is these three other countries developing? Why are they developing? Why do they have job opportunities? Why do they have working hospitals and schools and roads? Until that happens, and I really hope the people of Burkina Faso, the Nigerians, the Malians, I hope they back these juntas, and I hope they're going to be able to literally fulfill all the agendas that they want to literally fulfill. That should raise eyebrows to so many. And that is where we need to go back and attack these people, raid the White Houses, make them scared and run away. Yeah.
It was not only in gold, which was our best mineral in the past, but we have
it is such a shame. Isn't it such a shame when you talk about the past? It is such a shame of you as a country. You're rich in resources, but you're only talking about it in the past. You can't talk about the present, the current season. What is happening right now? It is such a shame of a country in the African continent talking about how they used to have so many golds, how they used to benefit from this. But do you know you can still benefit from this? Why ain't you doing it? When you talk about it in present tense, it is such a shame. It is such a shame. Good morning to you too, Sister Michelle. I shall be going through the comments. I also see kids with me on TikTok are green. And of course, karibuni sana nyote.
Plethora of other minerals, indigenous resources that come from this country that we need to beneficiate so that we can export fully finished product.
See a fool? That is a fool talking. This is a fool who's very drunk, very tipsy, who's not understanding what he's talking about. That is just what I'm picking from this. First, you talk about how other countries are benefiting from your resources, okay? Which is a very big, and of course not, it's not an accusation, it's true. You're talking about how Africa should start benefiting from their resources by first building manufacturing companies, processing companies, refining companies, whatever you're saying. In Africa, we should start benefiting from that. But you still need to go back to the Mzungu. You need to export. Why don't you first talk about trading amongst yourself as a continent? I mean, am I the one who just has a mind to think? Or these people, I mean, this is just simple thinking. We talk about Africa, we need to start benefiting from each other. Why do you talk about exporting while you need to start benefiting from yourself? You've not even seen what your resources are capable of within your continent, your country, but you're busy running to chase and impress the white man. Okay, after exporting,
to other countries and create jobs here in South Africa. And we are going to do that.
And then you understand this is a very selfish leader. He's not even talking about the whole continent. He's just talking about South Africa. Okay? In his mind, he's acting like it's only South Africa that is full of resources. It's only South Africa. He won't talk about Congo because none of them want to be even involved in what is happening in Congo because they've been told not to.
That. Whether they like it or not, we are going to do precisely that.
Thank you, Samuel. I appreciate it.
Yes, what always we are addressing here.
Yeah, so that is the first video there. And of course, it is always the people who are always clapping hands for me. They always make me wonder what's up. Like, why are you clapping? What is there to clap about? You know, you're clapping so that your master can see that, you know, you're backing him up for nonsense. All of these African leaders know, and they know Africa is so rich. They know other countries have been benefiting from Africa. They are actually part of exploiting other African countries like Congo, what Rwanda and Uganda is doing. They have all in this summit, understand, spoken about how Africa is the least beneficiary of its resources. So it's not the first time we're hearing about this speech. It's not the second time. It's not the third time, and probably won't be the last. We're going to keep on hearing them talking about it. But who is willing to make a change and say, hey, enough is enough? We're willing to even track our gold like what Niger did, the gold that was entering Dubai through Ethiopia. We're willing to do that. Who is willing to say that we're tired of seeing resources being exploited by the UN tracks, and we want to arrest all the East UN members, and we want answers. What have they been doing in the continent of Africa? Who is willing to say, hey, we withdraw from these fake organizations because, hey, we eventually realize that they have not been beneficial to us as a continent? None of them. So this is all just crazy talk, and they need to stop with the drama. African youths are waking up, and the questions are rising. This is why they're coming in defense of, hey, we've realized that for so long we've not been benefiting, and that we've seen other countries benefiting. They are scared, and they're starting to defend themselves with some minimal speech which should make sense to us, but they don't. We need actions. Karibu sana, Keith.
Not the sound of Joby. I guess my internet's bad. I can't see you on my
TikTok?
thing. I guess not. No. I see you get on TikTok on stream gun. I don't see no picture. So it must be my internet probably is bad where I'm at. Yeah, that's true. They're scared of the youth. So go look on TikTok, Joby, and pull up the new president's speech of Senegal, the young guy. Still being too nice to tell the truth. He said the youth are not going to go for them. They said the youth are not going to go for your Europeans stealing everything out of Africa. He's supposed to talk about France. I understand when he's talking about France, they're talking about the Rothschilds because that's a real Rothschild stronghold. Whole world is, but that's a real one who put Macron in. But he gave a good speech. He said the youth are not going to long. He said you did that to our grandfathers and our fathers. The youth are not going to stand for anymore. Yeah, and shout out to Bikini, like I said, Bikini Faso, Mali, Niger. If you guys don't know, that's the old. See, that's not. Those are different countries now, but they weren't. They were one empire. That's Mansa Musa's empire, the richest man who ever lived. That's his empire. Guinea Faso, Mali, Niger, and then Chad as well, and also Senegal. That was one empire at one time. That was Mansa Musa. So they're now telling you that's why they're scared as hell of Mansa Musa. I mean, Bikini Faso and them, because they're now taking back the gold. That's the Ibrahim Touré shot there. You guys, everybody in Bikini Faso, make sure you keep that man safe. Now he's trying to mint his own currency like Gaddafi did. Not none of this, how we're going to go to BRICS, all this other bullshit. Talking about African currency, which is the wealth of the world. So who cares if you come for it? If it's going to be war, there's going to be war. Always being a coward. So what? Africa's got to get its wealth back through war. Then so what? Well, you want your kids to be always impoverished, begging all the time? Got 300,000 NGOs in your goddamn country. Here you poor African nigga, the damn African poverty porn. How you got poverty porn and you're the richest goddamn continent on the planet? And them saying, and they're right, the only reason they're giving these speeches because only come, they all know that, Joby. If you build manufacturing in Africa, you become wealthy. That's why he just said in the speech, he just said, we don't care who likes it. They know the white man and the Chinese man don't like it. They want to have control of Africa. And shout out to that goddamn young guy in Senegal who said, Africa belongs to Africans, not the Chinese, not the Russians, not the goddamn Europeans, and not the Americans.
That's the same video I was to share. Yeah, that's the same video. That is Osman. Yeah, so yeah, I loved it the way he spoke. Yeah, he spoke with the same tone. Africa is not for Chinese, not for Indians, and that is the same thing I was saying. According to the topic we shall be discussing, where I can see Nigeria, and this is for once I've never seen where any African country arresting Indians, putting them behind bars for their actions in what they do to our people or their behaviors in the country. I've never seen one of them. They always go back to their country where the fate is supposed to be decided by their own government. When it comes to Africans, no matter where we are, that is where our fate ends.
It's not the African, it's not the woman, the man. The men have been in control of Africa, Joe. It's the cowardly ass African man. That's called spade a spade. Yeah. The cowardly African man. Women don't run the damn countries in Africa. It's a cowardly African ass man. And everybody knows he's a coward. And just like the guy told you, and that white guy said, about Kenya don't have no real military. No African country got no fucking military. It's all a joke. Why haven't you built a military in 60 fucking years of independence? What African man has built one? Only African country built one before they destroyed it was Angola. That was the only real military on the continent of Africa was in Angola. Because they had no choice. But then the white man came and dismantled their shit because they weak. They ain't dismantling my shit. Go ahead, Joe.
It is crazy. Shout out to John Mosquito Karibu Sana. I said biscuits. That is my pronunciation of biscuits.
This is one of the powerful speech of Osman Sonko to France.
On what grounds does France believe it can continue to impose leaders on us and make choices on our behalf? This must come to an end. And the emerging Africa, the African youth, the African elites, and the African diaspora all stand united in saying no, it cannot continue any longer. France's hypocrisy is evident and pervasive in daily life. Let's examine the cases of Mali and Chad as prime examples of this.
Yeah, you see how young he is? You see how young and how smart? Now you know he's not a moron. See, that's what's scary. They don't want leaders like, he's not a Tinubu, he's not a fucked up Ruto, he's not a Kofi, not a Doodoo. This Negro is scary. And the West does not want nothing like this. But this what you're getting from the youth. because they're not bootlickers and ass kissers and scared. I worship the white man. The white man's my friend. All that old niggery shit. See, this is dangerous. So I gotta see what this brother's gonna do. But you can tell, you see the difference between a real leader and a bootlick, handkerchief head, moronic president. That's why they want this Negro in power. Okay? He's speaking Pan-African. This is dangerous. But this is what they're gonna get, because this is the youth. They're gonna be even more better than him than the ones that are being born now.
Mm-hmm. This is not the one that has been selected as president, kid. This is Osman Sonko. The one that has been selected as president is called Diomaye Faye, and he's not on this one giving the speech. But the one who took over the presidential seat is a student of this one, the one who's talking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Constitutional process has been interrupted. France applauded, and its president visited to officially consecrate the new king.
That's why they want him to be president, Joe. That's why they jailed him. That's why they didn't allow him to run, because he's the real thing. He's not a puppet.
That's true.
Where it is not the constitutional process that has been interrupted, but the transition process. France has condemned and even packed up.
Can you guys see the difference? Can you guys see the difference when you have real leaders? Have you had real leaders? And the ones that get up to be president, everybody knows that the African presidents are morons. That's when you treat him and a Museveni dumbass son, or the other dumbass one in Gabon, the other dummy in Equatorial Guinea, the moron in Nigeria, all these other African morons. See, this shows you the distinction that you've been set up with failure. How did all these moronic ass niggas become presidents? Because they were put there on purpose. They're morons. When you listen to him or even to a Ray, you listen to an actual man, a leader. He said, well, damn, why we don't got these all throughout Africa? Because you're not supposed to have these all throughout Africa. They're murdered, they're shot in the head, they're thrown in acid, they're jailed. Because this brings back the wealth of you having your own continent. You're on the richest continent, Africans. Should nobody in Africa ever be impoverished? Should nobody be living no Caberas and all that? I sent Joby a video. They were talking about when I wanted to send it to damn Demore. I forgot to send the other one. They make me laugh. Somebody on TikTok, I love that TikTok. Somebody was showing the real truth about Europeans. I shared it to Joby. I'm sure she'll share that when I shared about why they created high heels. I already knew, because the Europeans used to walk around and shit. They used to just do what they was eating. All this stuff you got, all this stuff Africans don't know who worship these people. Somebody put that shit on TikTok. I was loving it. I'm gonna have to go to a TikTok channel. The second verse I should have said I did shit. I said, man, this is too much. This is too disgusting. They already know about them eating the maggots. They used to eat the maggot eating, and oh my God. And it was the African who went up there and civilized these no good bastards. The African went and civilized Europeans, not the other way around. Missionaries came to help you. All that old dumb shit they tell you. Came to rob and steal and kill.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, go ahead, Joe.
Shout out to K. Williams in the building. Wagwan to you, Samuel. Hope you're doing great. Nice to see you. Mosquito says, don't mention Museveni, please. Do not.
Oh my, Joey loves Museveni. You know, Mosquito. I can't stand that. He makes all Africans look crazy and stupid. Oh man. You couldn't imagine Museveni being the manager of a KFC in Kenya, let alone a president.
He will sell it. No profit.
It's the double standard. It is the double language that France employs in its dealings with Africa. During our questioning of Mr. Jean-Yves Le Drian regarding the situation in Ivory Coast and France's decision to allow a third term, he provided a clear explanation. He stated that while he accepted the third term for Ouattara, he refuses it for Belarus. He emphasized that France has condemned the situation in Belarus and has actively encouraged the European Union to do the same.
Because they don't control Belarus. And Belarus is not part of the European Union. They only do that because they don't control Belarus, which is a Eastern European country under the wing of Russia. They do that because they want to have a third term for you because that's their puppet in power. They don't really want no elections in Africa. It's the scam. It's like it's the scam elections. They don't want none of that. They don't want another MAGA foolie to slip through the cracks. Have a real leader in Africa. Hell no. So they don't even want no elections. Let these people run 3 and 4. Right, everything but 70 been ran for like 8, 9 terms. He's been president since since I was 3 years old and shit. This nigga's been president of Uganda. He's only president anybody's known who's under 40 years old in Uganda. Like what? That's right. There ain't no other president but them. Like the ones in Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, all this crazy stuff. So, yes, and understand, we talking about, it's not the French people, dude. Let's go back. Let's say who runs France. Cats with the small hats. Macron was the president of France right now, was a Rothschild banker. This is a fact. They put him in power. They controlled France. They the ones who overthrew the king 200 years ago in France. The Rothschilds overthrew his ass. King Louis XVII was overthrown by the Rothschild family. The Tsar of Russia was overthrown by the Rothschild family. All the kings except the ones they wanted to pop up was England. Everybody else was overthrown by the Rothschilds. The Dutch monarchy overthrown. Got the Austrian-Hungarian Empire of the Habsburgs was overthrown in World War I by the Rothschilds. The German king was overthrown by the Rothschilds. Okay? They control Europe and the banking system. It ain't France. The Rothschilds, the cats with the small hats. So they overthrew all the kingdoms in Europe. And they told you they were going to do it. Go back and read their writings. They didn't even lie about it. We're going to overthrow all these goddamn kings and queens in Europe so we can take complete control of this shit. Because it was only the king who could overthrow their fake banking system. To tell, hey, get their ass out of here and destroy this bank and bring it back under our rule. It's only the king that could do that. So they said we got to get rid of the monarchies. They got rid of the Tsar of Russia. They got rid of the king of France. King Louis XVII was last king. The Rothschilds overthrew his ass. And they kept one monarchy propped up, which was Britain. Like I told you, the king and queen of Britain are not allowed to go into the city of London without permission. Who the fuck you think runs England? It ain't the king and queen of England. It's the Rothschild. You can't even go in the city of London without permission. I'm talking about the king and queen of England. They can't go in the city of London without permission. Most people don't know none of this. You've been told none of this history. King and queen of England just puppets. Done what they told them. So we think, oh, the British Empire committed all these crimes. No, it's the cats with the small hats committed all these fucking crimes as the British Empire. The Britons didn't control none of that shit. The cats with the small hats controlled it. Just like the cats with the small hats control all of America. And the white people finally waking up, what? Even Candace Owens, stupid ass. Hey, yeah. Welcome to my world, morons. Welcome to the real world, who actually runs the world. You're late, but, grab a seat, dummy. Go ahead, Joe.
In Belarus, millions protested. Unlike Ivory Coast, where there were no mass demonstrations on the streets, this deals with African issues. Personally, we expect absolutely nothing from France. We desire her to cease meddling in our matters so that the people of Senegal can exercise their freedom of choice rather than being influenced by France's selection of a candidate using the tactics we are aware of. We begin by targeting individuals, adorning them with the Legion of Honor or a similar knightly rank, enlisting them in Masonic lodges, and informing them to prepare themselves. But what you're not saying is
they can't do what they can't do without Afghanistan. Europe has always been poor. Always. I want you to go find that video I sent you, Joe, on your TikTok. Europe has always been poor. So they're not going to go willingly, Senegal, back to poverty France is a poor country without Africa. All that shit you see built, all that old, look how nice Paris is and Rome, Paris. Without Africa, they don't have the money to build none of that shit. It's a third world country without Africa. Africa's always been first world. It's just now it's got conquered by savages. It got conquered by savages. Okay? Europeans are savages. They got conquered by savages. And so the development of Africa has been on hold for 400 years. Because the Africans go through a sleep period because of the great year. Like I said, I told you this wake up was coming. And the youth are the waking up. Africa's always run the world. This is the dirty little secret, goddammit. I'm going to tell you. The African has always ran this bitch. So the idea of the African be on the bottom, this is only momentary. The African will always rule the world because the African is on the richest continent on the planet. And the Africans are the smartest people on the planet once they wake up. And the wake up is happening. It won't be no vaccines, won't be no war, won't be shit to stop the African coming back to power. That's the secret, I know. And it scares the shit out the rest of the world, and I'm here for it. I'm here. I'm be around. I'm be 100 years old while these young Africans are whipping ass. I say, don't kill me, brother. I'm with you. I'm on the good guys.
Can you share the video on our TikTok page? My phone is off, so I can't be able to access the video right now.
Oh, well, how can I share it? Share how? Share where? Where do I share that?
The same way you forwarded it on my.
Let me share it. Okay, what do you want me to share it to the TikTok again? Your phone's off. What do you want? Let me share it to the
On our TikTok.
The Black Eye Fire radio TikTok. Okay, let me see if I can, yeah. So go ahead, Joby.
Israel may not succeed. We know who is being prepared by France.
Exactly.
This must come to an end. It will not occur in this manner any longer. Let's be clear. We have absolutely nothing against the French people. In France, both political and citizen voices are rising to hold and express the same discourse as the one I'm currently presenting to you. For example, the deputies, such as Mrs. Frédérique Dumas, who regularly speaks on the platform of the Assembly, who regularly writes to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, since she is a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, to raise this unfair behavior of France towards Africa, hold the same speech as us. The same Mr. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, Jean-Paul Lecoq, André Chassaigne, all deputies, hold the same discourse as us, and hundreds of other voices. The NGOs, like organizations, are doing remarkable work in the same direction. We strongly urge France to listen to the voices that speak to it about our plan for a more collaborative, fairer, and sustainable partnership between Africa and France. It's that we work together towards a future that is equitable, just.
See, this is just naivety. This I'm always scared. They don't want to work together with you, and the white people of France don't like you. You keep thinking they are your natural enemy. That's what you understand as an African. You got to understand. Not just the government. Their people don't like us. That's what you got. What do you think? You think the government just got racism? The people are racist. Not just their government. I'm living out how these people are going crazy about Black Jesus on TikTok. It's funny as hell to me. Everything was black. Everything I told people was true. So I stand knowing the truth. I've always been vindicated. I've been saying for 20 years that I've been researching everything. I thought everything I said was true. Everybody's been living in lies. You got to understand, unless you're dealing with power, these people don't even understand power. They don't want to be your friend. They don't want to collaborate with you because you sit on the wealth. They don't. They want your wealth. They like it when they see you all. They like to see Africans all fucked up and poverty. That's why Joby can look at the poverty porn where she just pulls up African waterfalls and it's African poverty porn. They get off and seeing us fucked up. That's not your nature. You don't understand. They're not like us. As African people, you're going to understand. They're not like us. You have not come to understand that. They get joy in seeing us all fucked up. You don't understand that. They get joy in seeing us all impoverished and fucked up. They get angry when they see us have. That's why they burnt down every African American city in this country where we flourish. They come burn it down to the ground and kill and loot. So I don't think it's no partnership with them. We can have partnership when we do that. No, their main thing is always trying to find a way to oppress your stupid ass. Unless you come from a place of strength and not weakness, you're always going to get fucked up. You're going to have to learn as an African man. You're going to learn to have a place of power. Not no goddamn collaboration. You're going to have to learn what power is. You have to be unapologetic because that represents your women and your children. You're not coming to have no damn partnership. You're coming to have power. Motherfucker, the world depends on me, Africa. So I have a place of power. That's what you talk about. You don't come with that mealy-mouthed ass, we can have collaborations and everything. They don't want to collaborate shit with you. You don't see them doing it now. They come to Africa to have power over us, not to collaborate nothing with us. Your responsibility is to your African woman and your African children and your African grandchildren. That's your responsibility, not for no goddamn collaboration. Your first aspect is power. So, when power, then you yield what you're going to do. You say, well, can we do this? Not if it don't benefit my goddamn women and my children, we can't. If it don't benefit me, you want the stuff that's in the ground right in Africa, right? You want this, you need this, right? This is what we're going to do. It ain't going to be no collaboration, ain't going to be no equal split, because the shit is mine. See, once you got to learn how to defend it, because you see they've always came and stolen from you. So we're not going to, first we're going to build a military to protect my kids and my wife and my woman. That's going to be the first act of business. Secondly, when I go to the negotiating table, I come with a place of strength, not weakness. I'm not begging nobody for shit. Africa belongs to me. It's the wealth of the planet. Okay? This is what we're going to do. You want this? Okay, we're going to build manufacturing. If you feel like you can bring something that's going to help me as an African, you got more technology, okay. I need you to share this technology with my people so in 10 years they can take the shit over. Okay? And we're going to sell it to you at a reasonable rate. At a reasonable rate. But in 10 years, my people will run it. And that's non-negotiable. Not up on negotiation because you need it. I don't need the shit, it's mine. And you can't go to war with me, motherfucker, because I got a real military and I'll break your goddamn back with the numbers of youth I got against yours. Okay? Because that's how you negotiate from a place of strength. The African's always been weak and mealy-mouthed and effectless. African man has been a goddamn coward. You can't build shit being a coward and being a tribal. You negotiate from a place of strength. Anybody knows anything about business and power? You don't come to the negotiating table all weak and shit. African man, it's my woman that's causing trouble in the Middle East. And shut your motherfucking mouth. You don't go against your fucking woman, the woman of your goddamn children. You'll be smacked in your goddamn mouth. You go to war for your women. Fuck is wrong with you? Get your goddamn mind right. Being all weak all the time. It's my women. The Arab man is beating up my women. And it's their fault because I'm a coward. What? But you never know Arab man, no Caucasian man, nobody else say no fuck nigga shit like that. Ever. Never.
But anyway, let me go to the comments. Okay.
Go ahead, Joby.
Let me go through the comments because we don't have much time left. But see, Jibajaba says locally, white folks are crying because the candy companies Easter, e- raised each Easter candy prices varieties.
Wait,
That is okay.
wait. Not the Easter candy. Wait.
Mhm. And also, Siji Bajaba says that if Ghana controlled every level of production, they can control the worldwide
They be
market price
wealthy.
and availability of cocoa. True, that is true
Yeah,
because you are the production.
Jibba Jabba, they did control it when Kwame Nkrumah was there. They overthrew his ass. Kopi Dada Doodoo's daddy, this wicked ass nigga's family, overthrew, with the help of the CIA, overthrew Kwame Nkrumah because they did control, and that, of course, hurt the white man. He's going to come see you. So the only thing happened to Kwame Nkrumah, he's like this guy, is too naive. He didn't build up enough clandestine forces to protect him. He thought he was just going to start hurting them European economically, and they weren't going to come to see him. That's the childish mind of the African man. He's a child in the head. You got to understand. You're dealing with savages. You're dealing with, you see him with a suit and a tie. Hey, moron, you're dealing with a savage people. You don't understand that. Jonathan Putin thought you're dealing with a savage. You're dealing with savage. They've never created any civilization. You're dealing with savages. You better go back and learn history. Go ahead, Joby.
I also see Sister Michelle once again, Karibu Sana, and Juba Jaba says that a talk without action, that is bullshit, exactly. And you're seeing that Mali is not tribe. Mali is not my tribe, so I hope they fail. That is a quote from who? I don't know whose quote that
Mali's
is from.
not their tribe, but they hope they fail. You know that's a coon ass, colonized in the head, boot licking, cowardly ass nigga. Get your ass out of here, nigga. You coward. Can't stand a coward. Get your cowardly ass out of here and crawl your ass back underneath the white man's skirt so you can suck his dick. Put it in your mouth. Get your weak ass out of here.
Mm-hmm. And also
Hope another African people fail. What is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. You're also saying that butter Ghanaian cocoa for Kenyan timber, etc., country to country. Well, you can see their first thought is how they can export to Europe. That is the first thing that Ramaphosa can think about, which is such a shame, instead of us thinking how we can even trade amongst ourselves. So shout out to also UK Williams once again. Jiba Jaba says that Save the Children just donates $19 a month to feed. I know. Crazy, man. They come with all those organizations, and they never help in any way. They just pocket the money and bring the little they can and act like, show the whole world how they have now funded or brought some humanitarian aid to Africans. And of course, shout out to you, Samuel, once again. You're saying that damn, they can't go to London without permission. That's crazy. And how you can't
City of London, not the whole, not London City, the city of London, the banking system that the Rothschilds created. There's a city inside of London, Joby. It's called the City of London, inside the biggest. So imagine you had a Nairobi, right? And somebody built another city inside Nairobi, but they called it the City of Nairobi and not Nairobi City. So that's what it's like.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Well, that's what the Rothschilds did, Joby.
She's insane. But I also see there is a smart J Karibu Sana. I won't allow you to join the link because I don't have much time here. But you can join maybe tonight on the Africa Today show. But
so you can join tonight, Smart J. You can just they gotta do that. They gotta do their other show. The Bungie with the Mungie, something like that.
To Bungie, man. Says what collaboration has worked in our history to benefit us? None. There's nothing.
None. I can't share it the way on this side. I gotta share it on the I want to share it. I gotta share it through WhatsApp. I don't know where to
night. Then once I charge my phone, I'm charging my phone right now. It's charging. But yes, before we get to wind up, is about Nigeria, which was our major focus of the day, where we can see that finally, for once, there is a Nigerian court, rather, a Nigerian court has sentenced a Chinese businessman, to death after being found guilty of murdering his girlfriend. That was in 2022. And Frank Geng was discovered in her room after having been stabbed several times there, and the killing of the 22-year-old university student shocked so many Nigerians, and the case was closely followed. The death sentences are rarely carried out in Nigeria, and not even in Nigeria, but most of the African countries.
That's Africa. Remember, the UN made Africa take out the death penalty because all the white people do the crimes in Africa. They didn't want them to be put to death. See, that's what happened. The UN, listen, African people, sir, Dr. Harry Conner, get your ass out the UN. Why are you there? What does it do for black people? Absolutely nothing. Who created it? Oh, the cats with the small hats again. Go ahead, Joker.
Yeah, they're saying that speaking on behalf of the family, the victim's brother, Sadiq Sani, described the sentence of death by hanging, handed down by the court.
Good. Make sure you put that shit on TV. Shit.
He said that whoever kills anyone deserves to be killed too. And Ikorodi says that we thank God for showing us this today. I pray that many sisters and souls, my soul sister, to continue resting in peace, and her family member remember the young agriculture and graduated as a kind and jovial person. The Chinese man, who's 49 years of age, and Miss Sani had been in a relationship since 2020, having met in a shopping mall, according to Mr. Sani. Well, it is crazy, and this is where Africans again, because this is not the first time we've seen so many African girls being attacked. Remember, the last incident was last year in Zimbabwe, if I'm not wrong, where the white man impregnated this lady and then forcefully tried to make her abort. You shared with me the story.
No, that wasn't Zimbabwe. That was in Libya. No, that wasn't Zimbabwe. That was in Libya. Liberia. Liberia. Yeah, they tried. That's a border man. They tried to kill her.
Yeah.
He chopped the neck. Did he kill her? Did she? At least she got away. I think he chopped the whole neck up. Remember, he's a missionary. He's a missionary. It is a
high time of women, to be educated, because I believe that there's a lot of docility amongst African women, as much as we're talking about men, also women, because they're the ones who are so easy to, just a smile away.
But the man didn't change the society as far as telling them who they fucking enemies are. You can't blame the women. They're educated in the bad education system that the African man has never changed. He's got control of the country. Why does he change the education system, Joby? What? Huh? Why does he change the education system? So I still got missionary coming and say, oh, he's like white Jesus. And shout out to TikTok show you that all these fake white Jesuses are fake, like I've been told you. So anyway, I'm coming as a missionary, Joby. I'm like, oh, look at the white man. I'm wishing the white people. You haven't educated me in society. I know your parents don't know shit. It's the government that's got to educate you. So why was the government giving you real education after 60 years of independence from the white man? Why hasn't these books been put in Africa?
That's
you got set to in Uganda. Didn't he know didn't even know King Leopold was wicked. In his textbook in Uganda, it's saying King Leopold was a good man who helped Africans. I'm like, what? What? King Leopold, Joby, who was hanging black people, cutting up their arms, raping, beating, in his textbook in Uganda said he's a good man.
Shout out to Museveni, Museveni.
In 60 years. 60 years they ain't changed none of them damn fake lying textbooks. That's not just Uganda. That's in Kenya. That's in Uganda. That's in Zimbabwe. That's in Ghana. You reported it, Joby. You reported, I think last year or the year before last, when Ghana tried to change the textbook to tell the truth, and they said, and the British said, "Nigga, you bet not." Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That's true. I remember.
All right.
I remember. It's crazy, but I believe we talk about Afrocentric education. That is what we need to bring in.
Should I blame it? Should I blame it on the African woman, Joby, or the African man when the British said, "Nigga, you better not change that textbook"?
I agree with you. That is the man who, like we said, we are in a male-dominated, especially government, society, community, and it is up to him. And at the same time, that's what I'm saying. If he brings an Afrocentric type of education, those are some of the things that need to be taught to our children, so that they can grow with the right mindset.
Information. It won't be bootlicking cowards. You won't be another little Peter. Every time a white man dump you, find another white man to bust you in the mouth. I'm on the Black Panther, but I don't want nobody black. Oh no.
Easy thing. But anyway, family,
I know we're going.
Today's conversation.
Hey, hold on, Joey. Let me say something. I'm saying because your phone is down, like I said now, your phone is down. So don't go crazy. Friday we gotta teach E how to do her own shows. She got to learn how to set up the TikToks and learn how to set up the StreamYard. Figure out what kind of show she's gonna do for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And also, I need that video from you Thursday. That's where everybody's there Thursday. I need that video from you, Joey, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How's your head? How's your headache? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I woke up okay.
Okay. Hey, you guys missed the treat. Joby was dancing all night, boy. She's like, goddamn right. That canvas nigga ain't up in here and do my dance. Welcome.
God bless you slightly on my right.
I know. That's why I said it. I know. That's why I said this shit. Joe was like, welcome. That's right.
I had a good time, but yeah, asante sana family. Asante sana for being with us in today's conversation. Thank you so much.
Much love, family. Much love.
Mosquito, Samuel.
Come back on later today, Mr. J. Smart J, my Kenyan brother. Come back on tonight, and we'll have you in discussion like we did on Demore's show, and then like we had you on Monday. Come back tonight. And we'll discuss what you want to talk about.
Yeah, shout out to K. Williams as well. John Mosquito says Kamlesh Money was making fun of you earlier. Okay. Yeah. John Mosquito is there reporting all the scabs. Come on, you don't even live
John Mosquito always accused the new girl stealing grocery money. That no good British. That no good British nigga.
Anyway, family, much love. See you guys later.
Much love, family.
Enough you on to Bonge show. We shall be coming back and later catch me on the Africa Today show and Demore on the 7 a.m.
What you eating, Joey? What's that yogurt you eating? Yeah. I can't stand that shit. Joby danced for 2 hours, y'all. Joby danced for 2 hours. Damn, I was like, what? The hell is going on?
You tried to diss my dancing. You got it.
No, I couldn't look at the whole time. I came in and out, Joby. I wasn't there the whole time. I was going because I was doing something. I was like, Joby still up dancing, shit.
Don't play with me.